Archangel Michael says, you must open your heart to this message because the time is fragile. Tonight carries a shadow that is not meant to linger in your life, but if ignored, it may turn into a storm. The veil between safety and danger is thinner than you realize, and your neighbor's intention is not what it pretends to be. There is movement in silence, whispers hidden in the air, and steps that carry weight though unheard. Someone nearby is observing, calculating, waiting for the perfect hour to strike in a way you would least expect. You must not let comfort blind you to the truth that is unfolding right outside your door. Energy never lies, and the one who smiles in daylight could mask a darker motive by night. This plan has been forming quietly, like a seed that has been watered in secret, now ready to sprout in harmful ways. The heavens reveal this to you not to create fear, but to arm you with sight before the unseen becomes reality. Stay attentive to details, for tonight is not an ordinary night. A shift is happening that carries both danger and deliverance depending on how you respond. If you take this warning seriously, you will be preserved from a trap meant to destabilize your peace. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The walls around you may appear steady, but hidden eyes have already scanned their edges. What feels like privacy has been pierced, and what seems like coincidence is actually deliberate positioning. Your neighbor has rehearsed a thought that was never meant to be kind. Archangel Michael says, not every presence close to you is loyal to your spirit. Some carry envy like a torch, feeding off your blessings while plotting to dim your light. This energy is heavy tonight, swirling like a storm cloud waiting to release. Watch the signs, doors creak differently, lights flicker unexpectedly, and even silence has an unfamiliar weight. What appears ordinary holds coded meaning, because the one planning against you has convinced themselves that timing is on their side. But they don't realize divine timing is greater than their schemes. You are being urged to stay vigilant, not fearful. Vigilance is your shield tonight, for those who trust in divine guidance never walk into darkness unaware. Heaven is revealing the plan so that you may break it before it manifests. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The night carries two roads, one of chaos if you ignore, and one of safety if you act with awareness. Your neighbor is not acting out of sudden impulse, but from something long hidden, jealousy mixed with resentment. This bitterness fuels their intent, hoping to create disturbance where you rest. It is not their footsteps that are most dangerous, but their silence, for silence conceals more than noise ever can. They may appear calm and harmless, but behind closed doors, thoughts are sharp like blades waiting for the right moment. Their eyes tell a different story if you look long enough. Archangel Michael says, you are not defenseless. A wall of protection is already forming around you, but it requires your awareness and your refusal to dismiss this warning. What you prepare for, you can overcome with strength. Your neighbor believes that tonight is their night of advantage, but in truth, it is your night of revelation. What they think is hidden is already laid bare before heaven's eyes, and this message is the proof. The choice is yours, respond wisely or let the trap tighten. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Do not underestimate the small gestures, the glances that linger too long, the sudden shift in tone when they greet you. These are not accidents but signals of a deeper plan weaving itself. Tonight, those signals intensify because the intent has ripened to action. They may disguise their steps with politeness or excuse, but the spirit behind their behavior is restless and plotting. Every word they spoke recently carries a double meaning if you recall carefully. This is not about paranoia, it is revelation. Darkness operates most confidently when it believes you are asleep to its movements. But you are awake now, and your spirit has been stirred so that no snare can surprise you. The plan that was meant to bring harm will collapse the moment you guard yourself. Do not let hesitation delay your actions tonight. Lock your doors, stay grounded, and speak words of protection over your space. Fear will not save you, but preparation and spiritual awareness will. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Archangel Michael says, the time is ticking closer to the moment when what is hidden seeks to come into the open. Tonight has been marked in secrecy, but heaven has already lifted the veil to reveal the unseen danger. This message is not coincidence. It is intervention, meant to save you before the wrong step is taken. Every movement outside your home is part of a script your neighbor has written in silence. Their footsteps, their glances, even their pauses have been designed to cloak their intent. They wait for shadows to grow longer so they can carry out their plan unnoticed. The stillness of the night hides more than it reveals. What feels like ordinary silence is heavy with unsaid intentions. They hope you will be too relaxed, too unguarded, too unaware of the truth pressing at your walls. But you are no longer in the dark. The warning has come to your ears so that their hidden plan will collapse before it ever begins. Tonight could have been their moment, but now it becomes your shielded night of safety. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Your neighbor's mind is restless, unable to sleep because envy eats away at their peace. They have convinced themselves that what belongs to you should somehow fall into their hands. This twisted thought has been watered day by day until it has grown strong enough to push them into action. Archangel Michael says, envy is the seed of destruction when left unchecked. It drives people to take steps they would never take under the light of reason. Tonight, that envy has reached a boiling point, pushing them closer to betrayal. Watch carefully, for the plan is subtle. It may come as an innocent visit, a soft knock, or even a simple excuse to approach your door. But behind the softness hides the sharp edge of an intention that was never meant to bless you. Do not be deceived by surface smiles. Behind their calm mask lies a storm of jealousy, resentment, and desire to see your peace broken. Awareness is your greatest weapon tonight, and with it, you will not be moved. Type Amen to get blessing 818. The enemy always thrives in the shadows of silence, but exposure strips them of their strength. This warning is not meant to make you fearful, but to keep you one step ahead. What is planned against you can no longer surprise you because heaven has revealed it already. Their actions tonight may appear small, but the effect they desired was large. They want to plant a seed of chaos in your life, to disturb your rest, to watch you stumble. But what they intend for harm will turn back upon them. Archangel Michael says, you have been chosen for protection. The light that surrounds you tonight cannot be penetrated unless you willingly open the door to darkness. That is why you are being told, so that no mistake of trust leaves you vulnerable. Stand in your place, remain watchful, and strengthen yourself with certainty. This is not the time to relax or dismiss the signs. You have already been marked for safety because you are awake to the truth. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Do not ignore the strange feelings in your spirit tonight. The discomfort you sense is not just imagination, it is the echo of the danger circling close by. What you feel is confirmation that this word is for you. Your neighbor carries a restless spirit tonight, pacing in silence, rehearsing their next move. They believe no one knows, no one sees, and no one suspects. But heaven's eyes never close, and nothing is hidden from divine sight. Archangel Michael says, tonight the tables will turn. The one who plots in silence will discover that their steps are already exposed. The one who believes they can strike suddenly will find themselves caught in their own net. You have been warned in time, and time is your greatest gift right now. Stay alert, guard your space, and allow heaven's protection to wrap around your home. You are not alone, angels stand watch. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The ground under your feet is steady, but the ground beneath their heart is shaking. They walk on deception, thinking it gives them power, but deception always crumbles. Their plan tonight is already failing as you read these words. Even now, their thoughts are confused, because the more they plan, the more restlessness consumes them. Darkness cannot find peace, and their soul cannot hold steady because heaven has disturbed their intent. They will not succeed as long as you remain aware. The night is not yours to fear, it is yours to conquer. The danger is real, but so is your shield. The difference is that you are prepared now, and prepared people cannot be destroyed. Remain strong, for what is against you tonight is smaller than what stands for you. Your awareness, your preparation, and your divine protection form an unbreakable wall. Let that be your confidence. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Archangel Michael says, the hour of silence has already begun, and with it comes the stirring of hidden steps. Tonight has been chosen by one who has carried envy in secret, hoping that their plan would remain unseen. Yet heaven has shattered their cover, exposing what was meant to stay in the dark. Your neighbor moves with a mask of normality, pretending their intentions are harmless. But their heart is restless, and their thoughts circle around ways to interfere with your peace. They believe the cloak of night is enough to hide them, but light has already pierced their shadow. This is not just another evening. Something heavier lingers in the air, an unseen weight that presses against your walls. What they believe will go unnoticed is already being unveiled to you now. The plan is fragile, built on secrecy, yet secrecy collapses when confronted with truth. What they hide in their silence, heaven has already revealed in this urgent message. Their game is ending before it even begins. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Your neighbor has rehearsed this night in their mind, step by step. They picture how easily they can disrupt, how quickly they can cause a fracture in your peace. They think they have chosen the right moment, but the right moment has already passed them. What they did not expect was that your spirit would be stirred. What they did not prepare for was that you would be warned in advance. Their plan begins to crumble the moment you are made aware of it. Archangel Michael says, tonight you are not alone. The very atmosphere has been charged with protection, and divine warriors stand near. Their shield is stronger than any thought of betrayal. What they meant as a hidden move will instead become their exposure. Their jealousy has driven them too far, and their steps are already faltering. The trap they designed is now a mirror of their own downfall. Type Amen to get blessing 444. There is a strange heaviness in the air tonight that you cannot ignore. It is not just the weight of the night but the energy of someone's thoughts pressing too close to your space. This is why your heart feels unsettled. Do not brush this feeling aside as mere imagination. Feelings like these are warnings written on the soul, messages carried in silence for your awareness. The restlessness is a signal to stay watchful. Your neighbor is not at ease, and neither should you be complacent. Their mind has been clouded by envy, and envy has no rest until it attempts to act. That is why tonight is dangerous. Yet you are covered. The plan against you is real, but its power ends the moment you remain aware. Nothing hidden can overpower a soul that is awake. Type Amen to get blessing 555. They have convinced themselves that tonight gives them an advantage. They have waited, watched, and prepared their silence carefully. Yet every careful step has already been uncovered by this warning. Archangel Michael says, "What is revealed cannot harm you unless you ignore it." This message is not just words, it is a shield placed before you. You must not walk into the night blind. Your neighbor's heart beats with restless envy, hoping to see your joy interrupted. But envy is powerless against light, and tonight the light is on your side. They do not realize the protection that surrounds you. Stay alert, and stay unmoved. Their intent may shake the night, but it will not shake you. Heaven has already declared your safety. Type Amen to get blessing 666. The silence in their home hides the noise of their thoughts. They sit quietly, but their mind is filled with whispers of how to step forward. Yet their silence is already loud in the ears of heaven. You are not to fear, for fear feeds their desire. You are to stand with strength, because strength breaks their hold. Their intent loses its power the moment you stand tall. Their plan is timed for tonight, but timing has betrayed them. They thought no one knew, but you know now. They thought they could strike suddenly, but this message has already dismantled their suddenness. Archangel Michael says, "What was set against you tonight will scatter. The steps meant to harm you will trip over themselves. Their shadow will not prevail over your light." Type Amen to get blessing 777. Your home is more than just walls, it is a sanctuary of spirit. And sanctuaries cannot be touched by the hands of jealousy without consequence. What they plan tonight is not just against you, but against the divine covering that shields you. They have forgotten that protection is stronger than betrayal. They have underestimated how quickly heaven moves when danger comes near. Their ignorance will be their downfall. The sound of their plan has already been silenced. They may attempt, but their attempt will fail. They may plot, but their plot will collapse. This night is not theirs, it belongs to you. What was meant to shake you will instead strengthen you. What was meant to harm will turn into proof of your protection. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Archangel Michael says, "You have stepped into a night that carries both danger and deliverance." The shadows outside your window may look ordinary, but they are not. Tonight, they hold movements that were not meant for your good. Your neighbor believes this moment is perfect for their scheme. They are convinced that silence is on their side and that no one is watching. But heaven has eyes everywhere, and every step they thought was hidden has already been revealed. Do not mistake their calm face for innocence. The heart can smile while the mind plans destruction. That is the very deception unfolding near you. The plan may seem small in their hands, but its effect is meant to break your peace. This is why heaven has sounded the alarm before the clock strikes deeper into the night. You are not abandoned to their will. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Your neighbor's thoughts are restless, pacing within them like footsteps on hollow ground. They cannot control the envy that has eaten at them day by day. What they desire is not just yours, but the joy you carry within your life. Envy has blinded them. It no longer lets them see reason or balance. It pushes them toward actions they would never take in clear daylight. Archangel Michael says, "Your strength tonight is your awareness." The greatest defense is to stay awake, to notice, and to stand with firmness. You are already armed by knowing the truth. This knowledge strips them of power. What they thought would be a surprise has lost its sting. They will stumble because you now hold the upper hand. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. The night air itself is heavy with signals if you listen closely. A sudden silence where there should be noise, a faint movement where stillness should remain, these are not accidents. They are signs that confirm what has been revealed. Your neighbor is unsettled tonight. They rise, they sit, they rise again, trying to calm the storm of envy burning inside. No matter how much they hide, their spirit betrays them. They are hoping to catch you unguarded. Hoping that your peace would make you blind. Hoping that your silence would mean ignorance. But ignorance is not your portion tonight. Awareness has become your light, and that light will not allow darkness to overtake you. You are already preserved by this knowledge. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. Their plan carries no blessing, only emptiness. Every thought they weave in darkness tears their own peace apart. What they wanted for you is already eating away at them. Archangel Michael says, "Their steps will not prosper. The ground beneath them will resist. The very silence they rely on will betray them with noise." You are being urged to stay steady. Do not let panic take hold, for panic clouds clarity. Remain calm but guarded, strong yet still, because your stillness is power. This night will not swallow you. The one who plots will find themselves trapped by their own design. Their shadow will fade while your light increases. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. The atmosphere has shifted. What once felt ordinary in your neighborhood now carries an edge of tension. The closer they move toward their plan, the more unstable their spirit becomes. This is why heaven intervenes, because silence has limits. Beyond those limits lies destruction, and destruction is not your destiny. This revelation is your barrier. Your neighbor cannot undo what has been exposed. They can hide their face, but they cannot hide their intent any longer. Every detail of their thought is now scattered in the open. Archangel Michael says, when truth comes to light, darkness flees. Tonight, you walk under a covering that cannot be pierced. Every hidden shadow trembles before it. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. They thought tonight would end with your unrest. They thought they could plant fear in your heart and weakness in your steps. But heaven has chosen instead to turn their fear back upon them. Even now, their mind is not at ease. They look out of their window, checking, watching, wondering if their chance has come. Yet the more they wait, the more their courage fades. Their courage was never real, it was only borrowed from secrecy. And secrecy has been broken wide open. That is why their hands feel weaker with every passing moment. You are not the one to fall tonight. You are the one to stand and watch the plan fail. The power has shifted into your hands. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. Archangel Michael says, the hour is deepening and the shadows are stretching longer. With each passing moment, the restless spirit of your neighbor sharpens its intent. But with each passing moment, heaven's shield around you grows stronger. What they imagine in silence is already being broken in spirit. Their hands may reach, but they will grasp nothing. Their eyes may watch, but they will see no victory. They have tied themselves to a plan woven with envy. And envy never holds, it always tears apart its own carrier. What they wished upon you is already circling back upon them. This is why you are warned now, before the strike can come. You are given sight, so that blindness is never your portion. With sight comes protection, and with protection comes peace. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. Your neighbor believes that their footsteps are unheard. They move lightly, testing the silence of the night. You may feel the stir in your own spirit, an unease that rises for no reason. That is not confusion, it is a signal. It is heaven whispering that the danger is real. Archangel Michael says, awareness is the sword that cuts through deception. Tonight you hold that sword. Tonight you stand not as prey, but as one guarded. Every thought against you weakens as you remain steady. Their plan becomes smoke, scattering before it can ever take shape. Their intent collapses in its own emptiness. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. The walls around you are not ordinary tonight. They are layered with unseen guards, angels standing where eyes cannot see. Each doorway, each window, each corner is already sealed. Your neighbor's thoughts press against those walls, but they cannot pass through. They are left pacing, restless, unsettled, confused at their own powerlessness. Their envy eats at them faster than any action they can take. They believe they could disrupt your peace. Instead, they are losing their own. The storm they planned for you is raging inside them now. You are safe. The revelation of their plan has already stripped it of its strength. What is seen cannot be unseen, and what is exposed cannot strike in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. The night carries their heavy steps even when they move slowly. It carries the weight of their heart even when they speak no word. The air knows them, and the air resists them. They thought darkness was their ally. But darkness itself has betrayed them by revealing their plan to heaven's messengers. What they trusted most has already turned against them. Archangel Michael says, "The one who plotted against you will not escape the consequence of their thoughts. The plan they nursed will collapse into dust before their very eyes. You will watch, and you will not be touched. Remain still in your strength." Stillness is not weakness, it is the mark of one who knows protection is near. Tonight, stillness is your shield. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. Their whispers carry no power, only shadows. The more they speak of you in secret, the more their words rebound against them. What they declare against your name turns into their own burden. You are not called to fear them. You are called to recognize them. Recognition breaks their deception, leaving them powerless. Archangel Michael says, "Nothing planned against you tonight will stand." Their envy has blinded them to the truth, that you are already covered. Their scheme has no foundation to rest upon. This revelation is not for panic but for empowerment. You walk into this night with knowledge, and knowledge is your light. No shadow can overtake light. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. The house they sit in feels heavy because of their intent. Their heart beats quickly, not from love, but from the weight of jealousy. They are chained by their own thoughts. They wanted you to feel weak, but weakness is now theirs. They wanted you restless, but restlessness clings to them. Their own plan is their prison. You are not in that prison. You are free, protected, and secured under the covering of divine sight. Every step they plan is already being erased. Archangel Michael says, "The one who planned for your fall will witness their own." Tonight is the night their shadow breaks apart. Tonight is the night their envy devours only them. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. Archangel Michael says, "The night is not over, but the danger has already been unmasked. What was hidden in their silence is now laid before your spirit as a warning. They thought you would walk blind, but now you walk with sight. Your neighbor's plan grows weaker with every passing second. Their confidence fades because secrecy was their only strength. Now that it is revealed, they have nothing left to lean on. You are not stepping into a trap, you are stepping over it. The net prepared for you has already been cut. The ground you walk on is steady, though they wanted it shaken. Tonight will not end the way they imagined. It will end with your protection secured, and their intentions broken into dust. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. Their envy is loud in the heavens even when they remain silent on earth. They may not say the words aloud, but every thought they carry is heard in spirit. Nothing escapes divine ears. They hope to cover their heart with smiles and politeness. But heaven saw through the disguise long before it reached your door. Their darkness cannot mimic light forever. Archangel Michael says, "You must remain unshaken. Do not lower your guard simply because the night feels calm. Calmness is the very cloak they try to use. But the truth is already stronger than their mask. You now see them for what they are, not what they pretend to be. This vision protects you." Type Amen to get blessing 2222. They are restless, turning in their space, shifting their steps, doubting their own plan. What was once certainty has now turned into hesitation. Their fear grows as your strength grows. This is not coincidence. This is heaven balancing the scales. The one who wanted you uneasy is now uneasy themselves. Their envy was supposed to guide them into action, but it has become their stumbling block. They cannot walk with steady steps anymore. Their hands tremble even before they move. You, however, stand firm. You are not the one shaken tonight, they are. That is the power of revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. The night itself rejects their plan. The walls hear, the ground resists, the silence refuses to keep their secret. The very environment turns against their intent. Archangel Michael says, "The one who plots in darkness cannot win when light is already shining." Light does not ask permission, it exposes everything. That is what has happened tonight. Your neighbor thought they could hide behind timing. They believed nightfall gave them power. But the night was never theirs, it belongs to the Creator. This is why they cannot succeed. They are trespassing against what is already guarded. Their plan is breaking even as they try to hold it together. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. Their jealousy is poison, but the poison has never touched you. Instead, it burns inside them, destroying their own peace. They are the victim of their own envy. They hoped you would cry, but the tears will be theirs. They hoped you would stumble, but their own steps will trip. They hoped you would be in fear, but fear has already wrapped around them. Archangel Michael says, "You will rise from this night untouched." You will look back and know that your awareness was the difference between harm and safety. Knowledge is your crown tonight. Remain steadfast in your spirit. What they cannot take is your peace, and what they cannot break is your protection. That is why you stand while they fall. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. The clock ticks closer to the hour they believed would favor them. Yet every tick only deepens their unease. They are running out of courage, running out of secrecy, running out of power. What they planned cannot happen as they designed it. Their opportunity has been cut short. Their silence is now too heavy for them to carry. You remain steady, shielded by knowledge. The words you have read have already created a wall around you. That wall cannot be broken tonight. Archangel Michael says, "This night is testimony." Testimony that nothing hidden can touch the one who is warned. Testimony that light always wins. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. The energy around your home is shifting now. The plot that was heavy has begun to dissolve. You may feel the atmosphere lighten as the plan loses its grip. Your neighbor cannot push forward anymore. Their own spirit resists them because they know the truth has escaped their control. They are powerless against revelation. They wanted to be unseen, but now they feel exposed. They wanted to be strong, but now they feel weak. Their shadow is collapsing under its own weight. You, on the other hand, are rising. You are moving from danger into peace, from unrest into calm. The night bows to your protection. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. They thought tonight was theirs, but it never was. From the moment their plan was formed, heaven was already watching. Every thought was counted, every intention measured. Archangel Michael says, "You are covered by more than walls, you are covered by purpose." Purpose does not allow itself to be stolen. What belongs to you will not fall into their hands. Your neighbor's envy is loud, but envy has no power against destiny. Destiny is louder, stronger, unshakable. That is what you carry tonight. Let this be your confidence. What was designed against you has failed. What was meant to harm you has already turned back. You are victorious tonight. Type Amen to get blessing 2828.